and the GOP's Ways and Means committees. They're focusing on criminal fraud in unemployment programs that has left taxpayers on the hook for $163 billion. There's no peep from the Biden administration. Is there a clue from the Biden administration?
Yeah, joining us now. Yeah, absolutely. Joining us now is Oklahoma Congressman and member of the House Committee on Ways and Means, Kevin Hern. Sir, welcome to Wake Up America. Okay, this is the first that we've heard about this. Can you tell us about this fraud that occurred within the pandemic unemployment programs?
Well, we're seeing this, and thanks for having me this morning. But we're seeing this across the board. The reason the Biden administration is not talking about it because this would be detrimental to them wanting to spend literally trillions of dollars more. We're hearing over the weekend that Schumer and Manchin have come together to figure out how to raise taxes, about $1 trillion in taxes to spend more money, and which is problematic for our inflation problems that we know that the former administration, Obama administration, has acknowledged that the Biden group, Schumer and Pelosi, have gotten it wrong for over a year, that spending is what created this inflation that we're seeing right now. And I would tell you that about 88% of Americans agree with that notion because that's what they're saying right now with the economy going in the wrong direction. So, again, all of this, you're not going to hear anything about this in the Biden administration or from the Democrats because, again, it hurts their ability to go spend more money.
Yeah, but thanks for bringing it to us here on Newsmax this morning. Good to know about these things that you might not hear about anywhere else. And Congressman, I have to talk about you a little bit. You are the all-American story, born on an Air Force base and the owner of multiple McDonald's franchises. I love that. What are your thoughts on the current state of our nation and also the economy?
Well, we saw this. We saw the greatest nation. We saw what this country can look like when you unleash the ability to create jobs and put Americans to work, which is the very reason I ran for Congress after 35 years in business just 3.5 years ago. And we saw, right before the pandemic, we saw the lowest unemployment, real unemployment that we had seen in some 50 years and for across some diversity groups forever. We saw real wages growing at the lowest end, some 20% a year because of competition for labor, not the government trying to keep people from working. We saw us being dominant in our attacks and pushing back on China with the phase one deal that the President Trump negotiated with the tariffs to bring them to the table. By the way, the Biden administration still has those tariffs on, although they do want to remove them because they're trying to take it easy on China because of their inflation problems now. But still, the tariffs are on. We also saw, where we're energy dominant, which is really at the heart of why our inflation problems are so bad today, is that, when the Biden administration took office in January 2021, he signaled to the rest of the world that the United States is going to be dependent on foreign opportunities such as oil and gas. And what he's seeing right now across the southern border is just allowing this invasion into the United States, which is just completely insane policy.
Yeah, Congressman, let's talk about being energy dominant and specifically about the job that President Biden is doing. You tweeted a reaction to Biden's statement on gas prices, saying the president has resorted to angrily tweeting at American businesses rather than fixing his administration's domestic energy killing policies. How frustrated are you with President Biden's energy and economic strategy, or lack thereof strategy?
Well, I have spent many years being a leader. It's frustrating to see somebody who's the leader of the free world, or supposed leader of the free world, not look at his own policies. I mean, again, as I just mentioned, he signaled on day one. He actually signaled during his campaign he was going to destroy fossil fuels, which was the hub of our global dominance. What drove our energy prices at the pump down to $1.79, $1.89. It was $2.39 when he took over on January of last year. And it was rising rapidly throughout the year. He was blaming our producers. My state of Oklahoma is about 40% of our economy is fossil fuel bound. It's really kind of important to what we do here in the state, and certainly in Texas and North Dakota and other places. And then we'll see him go fly Air Force One to Saudi Arabia. The people he just criticized, and we can debate that all day long, but going to them and asking them to increase production. Going to Iran, who we know is the largest state sponsor of terrorism, asking them to increase production. Going to Venezuela, a government we don't even really recognize, certainly a tremendous example of how socialism can kill a country. he's going to these countries instead of coming to Oklahoma and Texas and asking us to drill more to return our inflation back to 1.7% a year, which is certainly manageable.
Yeah, so much could be solved if we just were able to drill here. Congressman Hern, thank you so much for sharing your insight with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. And stay